The city council members decided to table the measure by a 6-1 vote as they believe that a statewide order on the issue will be on its way. The city council members will be voting at the next meeting on the issue. For LUTV News, I'm Alexis Montgomery. Winterfest will be on the old side of Lindenwood's campus and will be on December 5th from 4:30 p.m. until 8 p.m., and it's open to everyone. For LUTV News, I'm Alexis Montgomery. Lindenwood's annual Dark Carnival is back this year and better than ever. Dark Carnival is held on campus every year just before Halloween to help students and those in the community get into spirit. The spooky event has magic shows, carnival rides, food, and haunted hay rides. Emily Seaborn, the manager of special events for Lindenwood, says the carnival can take up to 6 months of preparation.
I would say in 2022, I will start planning in January.
Lindenwood was unable to host Dark Carnival last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but this year bounced back with a high number of visitors, including many from the local community.
Just because I've had reports of everywhere from 1,000 people to 5,000 people. So I feel like it was well attended. I just feel like maybe it was harder to understand a good grasp of those numbers because it was from so early in the morning until so late at night.
Some students who have attended previous Dark Carnivals were impressed with this year's larger event.
I went to Dark Carnival my freshman year, but I think this one was by far the best one they've had.
The carnival rides had a high attendance and even ran out of wristbands.
So my favorite part was the rides. I really liked the slide ride and the Ferris wheel. I went up in the Ferris wheel and it was super cool seeing like the entire campus, so that was really nice. And then seeing all the families together was also a fun time.
Dark Carnival will be on October 23rd from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Students should expect to see it again next year. For LUTV News, I'm Alexis Montgomery. The CDC is working to approve a COVID-19 booster shot, and it may be coming to Missouri soon. Local health officials say vaccinations may be our only way out of this pandemic, and booster shots can increase our protection. Booster shots will be especially beneficial to those with compromised immune systems.
If somebody had a kidney transplant, they're already in a risk of developing, COVID or getting exposed to COVID. They may not have that immunity to boost themselves up. So there could be benefit of getting a third dose to try to increase that antibody protection.
SSM Health says they will be offering booster shots when available in Missouri. Dr. Patry placed an emphasis on getting a higher percent of the population vaccinated first before focusing on boosters.
The whole reason for boosting is because there's so much virus present. If we vaccinate more and more of our population, less and less exposure occurs.
Unvaccinated young adults are currently the highest hospitalized group for COVID-19.
I have a 22-year-old in the hospital who plays volleyball and baseball, has no immune problems, and is currently requiring oxygen and has been in the hospital for 4 weeks.
College-age students will be in the last phase to receive booster shots when the CDC grants full approval.
I'm fully vaccinated, and I would consider getting the vaccination in a couple months.
Booster shots are already available to people in high-risk groups, but the CDC isn't expected to make the decision until September. For LUTV News, I'm Alexis Montgomery. Here's a look at our current weather conditions. Expect an overcast Wednesday afternoon. We're going to see about an inch of rain on Wednesday with more rain moving in over the next few days. We can see a low pressure system moving in from the east, pushing it westbound. Now, most storm systems move west to east across the state, but this system will make for an unusual weather pattern and pushing it the opposite way. So you can expect the weather to continue for the next few days, but that rain will cool things off. While it might be gloomy weather for the first half of the week, let's hope that the sun returns this weekend. For LUTV News, I'm Alexis Montgomery. Here's a look at the current weather map. As you can see, there's a storm moving in from the Gulf Coast, and this could continue to push rain up into St. Louis this weekend, which will make for some stormy weather. We'll also have some cold fronts moving in from the west, which will push itself into Missouri later this week, combining with that stormy breeze from the Gulf. The front may also push some of this rain into the lower half of the state the next few days, so keep an umbrella on hand. Coming up for the rest of this week, it's going to look really gloomy, so if you have an activity in mind, you should schedule it before Wednesday, and maybe even enjoy that Cardinals game Wednesday night before the rain moves in the next few days. Welcome to this edition of LUTV News. I'm Alexis Montgomery. St. Louis County Police say they believe 3 murders in the area are all linked. The killings each happened 3 days apart from September 13th through the 19th. One of the murders included a 16-year-old in the 9900 block of Glen Owen Drive in the Ferguson area. Local police talked about the killings at a press conference Tuesday morning.
St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, in collaboration with the St. Louis County Police Department, has identified possible connections among 3 recent homicides in the St. Louis region. Both city and county are taking the threat seriously. We are thankful for our counterparts at the county for working with us closely.
The suspect of the murders has not been identified yet. A police pursuit races through O'Fallon, Missouri Tuesday night. Officers chased 3 suspects down Highway K after a robbery. A police move called Stop Sticks stopped the car near the intersection of Highway K and N. The suspects ditched the car along Highway 364 and ran into a field. Officers were able to catch the suspects and arrest them. A 4th suspect was left at the crime scene and arrested. The stolen property has been returned to the store. St. Louis University is giving students a day off for their mental health this Friday in the wake of 2 students' death this week. Police say 1 student died near a dining hall and the other in a residence hall. Students say that coming back to school after COVID has taken a mental toll and that the university's 10 free counseling sessions are not enough. Students have started a petition to ask the university to do more. SLU says it's waiving counseling fees for the rest of the semester as a result and telling students to focus on their mental health. A juvenile fatally shot a man with a bow and arrow in Jefferson County. The family's attorneys say the boy was carrying a bow and arrow to hunt a deer when he spotted 40-year-old Michael Stotts. The boy said Stotts was allegedly trying to steal a tractor and wood splitter from the family's property. The attorney says the boy shot Stotts after a brief altercation and warning. The boy told police he shot the man in self-defense. Police say they are investigating that claim. The juvenile was not arrested. Missouri's 2019 abortion bill barring the procedure after 8 weeks or a prenatal Down syndrome diagnosis is in federal court. Governor Mike Parsons signed the bill within days of it being passed, but it was blocked by the federal judge the day before it was to go into effect. The court's focus is currently on abortions in regards to genetic abnormalities, not how long a woman has to get an abortion. Planned Parenthood's chief medical officer, Dr. Colleen McNichols, says, quote, "This is a public health matter. It is basic health care, and we will continue to fight for the people to have access to it." A woman can currently have an abortion up to 22 weeks here in Missouri.